So the last episode ended up being way too long, but it was all too good, so I didn't want to cut any of it. So I broke it up into 2 parts. If you haven't seen the first part yet, you should look for it here. Otherwise, here's the second part. If you're just finding this channel, I pick out places in New York City to go explore, and I take you with me. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. For now, let's get back to part 2. Let's go. This is Bleecker Street. It's another local station. Platforms on either side, express tracks in the middle. There's a transfer to part of the IND line at the other end of the platform. This station opened in 1904. The IND portion of the station opened in 1936. We did that line. You should check out that episode if you haven't seen it already. A free transfer passageway from the IND to the IRT from the southbound IRT platform was opened in 1957. It wasn't until 2012 that it was possible to transfer from the northbound side to the IND, which is pretty late. This is that passageway back to the IND part. So the transfer part that wasn't installed until 2012 is the one that goes under the tracks here and over to the other side. Now we're at Spring Street. I'm down at the original part of the station. The extension goes south. Again, original station, part of the original line. This platform is kind of at a curve here. This station actually had a 5th track when it opened. You can kind of see it out there. They ripped it out almost immediately in 1906 and replaced it with mechanical rooms. This is Canal Street, and I'm actually back at Canal Street because I sat down to edit last night and realized that through technical difficulties, none of what I had recorded here was actually recorded. So I came back, and it's a lot warmer today than it was last time I did this. So sorry for the continuity errors here. So this opened with the rest of those original stations in 1904. It's a local station, 2 side platforms, 4 tracks. There's a connection to the BMT Broadway line here. We did that before. Check out that episode if you haven't seen it. In that episode, we talked about how confusing this station was because of the way the platforms are spread out and the tunnels to get to each of them. It can be hard to navigate. But this station was here before the BMT platforms were here. So pops out of the BMTQ first on the uptown side, I think. You would have had to cross over to go to the downtown side, but then you got to go further down, go through another tunnel to get to the J and Z. It is confusing. All right, back to the IRT. So the next station on the original line is another one that's actually been closed. It's at Worth Street, and it opened with the original stations and operated until 1962 when they expanded the platforms on the Brooklyn Bridge City Hall station. And then they just came too close to Worth, so they closed it. So now we're at Brooklyn Bridge City Hall station. The station is the southernmost terminus of the 6th line, the local. So everything that keeps going down from here is the 4 and the 5. It's an express station, so 2 island platforms. Just like at 14th Street, there are 2 unused platforms on the outside of the tracks. Those unused side platforms were closed and walled off in 1962. The 6 actually turns around in the old City Hall loop, which would have been the next station on the line. That's one way that you can get to see the old City Hall station that's closed, is if you stay on the 6th line, when it turns around, you can look out the window and see it. Maybe we'll do that right now. We actually took a tour of it. That's an episode. You should check that out if you haven't seen it. So I got back on the 6. I'm going to do the loop. We'll see City Hall out the window. That was it. City Hall Station is incredible. If you ever get a chance to take that tour, you should do it. You can only get tickets through the New York Transit Museum, and you have to be a member. If you like that kind of thing, it is totally worth it. We also went and visited the Transit Museum. You can check out that episode too if you haven't seen it. And now we're sitting in the tunnel, waiting for the train ahead of us to clear so that we can pull up back to the Uptown station, and then we'll cross back over to downtown and we'll keep going. So the City Hall station we just saw, the abandoned one, is different than all the other stations in the original line. It was meant to be the showpiece of this entire new system, so they made it as beautiful as they possibly could. Increased ridership led to longer trains, and there was no way to lengthen that original City Hall station. So ultimately, this station, the Brooklyn Bridge City Hall station, is so close to that one wasn't getting used all that much, and so they decided to close that station in 1945. But moving on, since this is the last stop for the 6, now we got to get on the 4 and 5, keep heading down. Now we're at Fulton Street. It's actually opened a few months after the original line in January of 1905. Now we're down to just 2 tracks. Here's a beautiful old exit that's been blocked off. That looks like something old behind the wall now too. It's the old steamboat for Robert Fulton. Now we're at Wall Street. After the platform extensions, the Fulton Street and Wall Street stations are actually very close to each other. So the doors close at Fulton Street, and then it's like less than a minute and you're at Wall Street. So this station opened in June of 1905, about 6 months after the Fulton Street did. The northbound platforms were extended southward, and the southbound platforms were extended northward. So this station is another one that's offset. So there are 2 underpasses at this station, which is rare for these early local stations. There's also an exit directly out to the Equitable building. Outside there are lots of closed off entrances also, which are pretty neat to see. Let's look at the station first though. And this is one of those exits that's been closed off. So here's one of the underpasses to the uptown side. One of the only original oak ticket booths that's still left in the subway system here. It's pretty cool to see. This is one of my favorite subway exits. You pop out and you're looking right at Trinity Church. And these stairs actually contain the original cast iron hoods. And this is one of only 2 stations left in the system that has these still. The other station is Borough Hall. Right next to us, there's the Trinity Graveyard. We've been there, and Trinity Church. Check out that episode if you haven't seen it. A couple of the closed exits to the station. This is another one of the old subway entrances that they closed off. You turn it into a shop, and believe it or not, it was actually a Subway sandwich shop for a little while. So one more stop. The next stop and last stop in Manhattan is Bowling Green. And we've been through there many times in different episodes, but let's go have a good look at it. All right, now we're at Bowling Green. This is the last stop in Manhattan, the last stop on this video. Bowling Green has 3 tracks and 2 platforms, although one of the sets of tracks isn't used anymore. This station used to be a single island platform with trains on both sides of it. When they extended the platform, when they did renovations to the station, they added a side platform, and they added that other platform, and they put this fence up so that the uptown trains can't empty out on the island anymore. So the third set of tracks is up here. It's the abandoned South Ferry Shuttle platform. We mentioned that in an episode we did recently. So there's worry of overcrowding starting in the 1960s, so they decided to renovate the station, expand it, and they did that up until the end of the 70s. They finally reopened in 1977. So it was in February of 1977 they discontinued the use of this shuttle and sealed it off. So this exit off the Brooklyn-bound platform heads up through that control house. It's one of the only original control houses left in the system. Let's go that way and cross over. Beautiful control house. And now we'll walk across the street to the actual Bowling Green, get back on the uptown side. There's a transfer underneath, but I want to come up and see the control house. And now we're on the uptown side, which is the side they added in the 70s. Well, we reached the bottom of Manhattan, and that's it for this one. Time to grab this next train and head back uptown. I'm back up to the east side after a beautiful look at the lower section of the original IRT subway. More amazing IRT ornate goodness. If you're just finding this channel, be sure to check out all the rest of the episodes already available on YouTube up to the east side. Like and subscribe, tell all your friends about it, and look for new episodes every Friday. Thanks for coming with me to explore New York City. I'll see you next time.